It's not
I'm
going
in
away.
hell!
It's not going away.
This is like real life when a bee chases you.
If you stand up, you're gonna die.
I know. I know.
Live from Bedrock, Texas, where we'll have a gay old time. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny. You actually told me to make sure I didn't make the gay old time joke in the tweet to save it for the stream.
Yeah, because I was going to snipe it from you the
I
second
knew
the
it. I
stream
knew
started.
it.
Also, anyone who doesn't know, Bedrock was the original name of Austin, Texas. Don't look that up. It's
Yeah,
just
don't
true.
look it up.
Just believe it. It's one of many facts we'll present on tonight's stream.
I learned that from a museum.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the Flintstones museum.
The Flintstones Museum.
I don't know. It's
If
gotta
that-
exist.
If that doesn't exist, it very well should exist, because, my God, do I have a lot to say about the Flintstones. Tonight's stream has been a long time coming. We've flirted with the idea before. We've covered several Flintstones games in some sort of depth. But tonight, America's favorite animated Stone Age family gets its due on the Retro Pal Show. Congratulations, Fred. Congratulations, the rest of you. I don't have time to name you all.
You ain't gonna name Wilma
No.
or Barney?
Fuck Barney.
Wow!
Barney's okay. We'll get into that.
Don't get so mad at Barney.
Oh man, this is gonna be a wild one. This was surprising to me putting this stream together. We'll get to this in just a second. Alex,
Okay.
why don't you thank some folks?
Thank you, Sailor Soapbox, for the 21-month resub. Danny, what do you have if a polygonal gecko curses you to stream only dinosaur porn forevermore? A gex hex rex sex on Plex. That is so bad.
I
Thank
guessed
you.
about half of that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Spectrum of the 25 bits. I hope you're ready to paint the wall. We are.
Fred must paint the wall. Thank you.
Thank you, Ektara, for the 54-month resub. Yabba Dabba Doo, I like subscribing to you. Thank you.
I like streaming for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Celtape9091, for the 11-month resub. Can we bet channel points on the over-under on how many times chat says it's living tonight? 1 billion.
I want you to constantly say it's living in any context. That's your challenge for
Especially
tonight.
if things crash. Thank
Yeah.
you, Arpica, for the 53-month resub. Thank you.
Thank you for so many months.
Thank you, Nis, 37 months, 37 Granddad.
Wow, yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
true. The numbers don't lie. Thank you.
And they spell Granddad for you. Thank you, White Taxi, 49-month resub. Yabba Dabba Don't.
I disagree. I think we should Yabba Dabba Doo, but thank you.
Thank you, Revenant, 49-month resub. Yabba Dabba Doo, I like watching you. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Punky Chris, for the 42-month resub. The answer to life, the universe, and retro game stream. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the Flintstones and also the number 42. They have to be together. It's
They
important.
do. They're kissing right now. Thank you, Cambertine, for the 11-month resub with Cookie Blair. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, No Problem, 77-month resub. Jesus.
What the?
How about we Yabba Dabba Don't? We can't.
Everybody's just being contrarian tonight. We have to Yabba Dabba do this. We have to.
Thank you, Halibut Barn, 42-month resub. Test scratching vector graphics into a stone tablet for the first video game. Turns to chat and says, it's a living.
Whoa, the second you said her name, she popped out of the closet, and now she's going to leave. Well, thank you for the sub. I have to let the cat out now.
Thank you, Drum Can Jones, for the 100 bits. Welcome to the Retro Pals AI-generated Candy Factory Warehouse experience. No refunds. I'm the AI guy that lives in the walls. I'm the AI that wrote the Willy Wonka villain that lives in the walls. Thank you, Stepaside 19, for the 50 bits. It is a living.
It's a living.
And Broken Scholar, thank you so very much for the 57-month resub. Still waiting for Soldier Boys Part 2, and even if we need to ban Banny, we will never ban Banny. Thank you.
Someday, let's send the Flintstones to fight the war scene in Soldier Boys. I think it would go a little something like this. Okay, Alex, present your 2-hour movie that combines Soldier Boys and the Flintstones.
Fred's crying a lot in it. Fred is sobbing. Barney is trying to comfort him. And then here comes a guy with a gun. This ain't so good. I shouldn't be writing this.
It's fine. I put you on the spot.
Okay.
All right, so this is a patron-decided poll, as our Wednesday streams always are, and this is what our patrons had to say this time around.
Yeah.
It was an animated sitcom showdown between two of America's favorite families, the Flintstones and the Simpsons. Simpsons took an early lead, leading the Flintstones contingent to be upset at me verbally, but then the poll came around, and then the Flintstones ended up winning. Thank God. We would have had very angry people if the Flintstones hadn't won. So, in planning this, I thought if the Simpsons won, we would just be playing like the arcade game, and that would be good, and then the rest would be absolute shit. The Flintstones, I didn't know what to expect. This was quite surprising, discovering some of these games. A couple of games I'd never heard of before, never seen before, definitely never played. Mm-hmm. And tonight, we're going to feature one of the worst games I have ever seen in my entire life. It is worse than anything The Simpsons put out. It is worse than anything you could possibly imagine. And I'm excited to play it for the very first time here on stream.
Me too?
Yeah. Okay, Alex, start the official Retro Pals educational slideshow. Bam. The Flintstones. Who are these guys, Alex?
Well, we got Fred, his wife Wilma, their child, Pebbles. We got Barney, his wife Betty, their child Bam Bam, Fred's pet dinosaur Dino, and Fred's pet cat, whose name I've forgotten.
Snagglepuss.
Wrong.
So, this is an animated sitcom that aired in the 60s, lasted a good 10 years, up until the show ran out of steam and the writers ran out of ideas. Eventually, Fred met a guy named the Great Gazoo.
It's an alien.
Who was an invisible alien only he could see, and he told him what to do. So the show, it ran its natural course. It was very popular for a time, but then it disappeared. And then something happened. Merchandising happened. Alex, I'm going to perform live experiments on you tonight.
No!
Alex, you have to answer my mini riddles.
Okay.
Are you ready for this? Flintstones meet the Flintstones.
They're the modern Stone Age family.
Very good, very good. Yeah, that little theme song ended up worming its way into our ears over the years. But it doesn't end there. Switch to slide 2, Alex.
Oh my god, look at that delicious shit.
Test number 2. We are Flintstones kids, 10 million strong.
And growing.
There you go, you passed the test. So, in the 80s, something happened to the Flintstones. Syndication came along. It became really, really cheap to rebroadcast the Flintstones. It would be shown on multiple channels at a time, pretty much any time of day. Cartoon Network revolutionized this, turning that network into an unending Scooby-Doo and Flintstones airing machine. And it wasn't just that. This cartoon wasn't just omnipresent in every single aspect of life. It started to infiltrate commercials and popular culture in a way that I can't fully articulate to someone who especially was born this century. But like in the 80s, people who lived through the 80s and 90s, we are programmed with several kill phrases that are tied to the Flintstones.
We are.
Your third and final test, Alex. Season's greetings in our souls.
Yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls.
There you go.
Fuck.
You see? Like, this shit isn't going away. I haven't seen that commercial in 30 fucking years, but I still remember Season's greetings in our souls, yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls.
Why? Why did they do this to us as a child?
It was cheap to license, and the Flintstones found themselves on the face of everything in the 80s and 90s, despite the fact that the show fully ran its course throughout the 60s. So this became a cultural touchstone, both for a past generation and current generations, and it just ensured unending Flintstones awareness through generations yet born. So you'd think that video games would be the ideal way to deliver Flintstones-based entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's find out about that. It looks like we had some gift subs or something.
I was going to say, thank you so much to Luigi Bryan for the 100 bits. Yabba Dabba Granddad, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tough Ghost for the 38-month resub. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Barnacolaps, thank you so very much for gifting 5 subs to the community. Welcome to Sub Club, everybody. Enjoy your games.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we'll be going through a chronological history of games featuring our favorite modern Stone Age family. Mm-hmm. We're starting off with a game that I didn't know existed until like 2 hours before the stream, and I had to scramble to get this working. There was an unreleased Flintstones game for the Intellivision computer module. So this is just like something you wouldn't even own, even if you had an Intellivision. And if you did, you wouldn't even have a chance to play this game because it was unreleased. But some people made a print run years later, and the ROM was dumped, and it's playable in MAME, or at least it should be. So,
Okay.
Alex, why don't you play tonight's first game, Flintstones Keyboard Fun? This uses the Entertainment Computer System, a system that hosted like a dozen games, including Flintstones and Jetsons games. The Jetsons game was released, Flintstones was not. Alex, you used the keypad for this.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you hit enter?
Okay.
Okay, and push 2 for cartridge. There you go.
Sure.
This is exciting. I didn't even know about this at all until the stream right before. Yeah, push enter. Or space, or return. The other enter. Look at that shit. Can you believe this?
Gucinco play 19-month resub Wilma!
Wilma! Thank you. Pebbles on the oversized typewriter? I don't remember seeing that in the show, but sure, here we go.
I want to try Maze Chase.
Okay, go ahead. This is all you, Alex. I just got this shit running. I didn't see a second of gameplay
Okay,
on
you have
this.
3 minutes of play. That sounds good.
Oh man, that's a blompy looking Pebbles.
Okay, N. Oh, I see.
Oh, look at that. All right, so you type the appropriate letters on the keyboard. I think you have to collect the
Oh, you're right.
the
you're right,
items. So ostensibly, this would give kids education on keyboard usage. It would at least teach them where the keys are. No, there's more to collect.
You're right. Okay, hold on. This is so strange.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the ECS module for the Intellivision. I knew about the IntelliVoice, but this apparently had like a dozen games that require this. And if you tried to load them up in an Intellivision emulator without specifying its ECS, that emulator will freak out. The FPGA Mister core does not know what to do with this game. But I loaded it in MAME, and that seems to support it just fine. Intellivision for its time had pretty good graphics. It was a 16-bit system, so this is a little bit better than what you'd see on Atari. I think if you want to pick a different game, you can hit escape.
Okay.
I think we get the idea of this. Or maybe backspace or something. F3, F1, tab, space, return.
I pressed a lot of buttons.
Okay, why don't you hit scroll lock and hit escape then?
Okay, hold on.
And then reload the game. Because I do want to see at least a couple of these.
Same. I want to see more of this.
I guess by the time this was set for release in 1983, pretty much everyone was done with the Intellivision. The great Atari crash was in the middle of happening. And poor Pebbles was the one to suffer for it.
She's doing such a good job, too.
She is. These are really large graphics.
Learn the keys, word scramble. I'm going to do anything goes.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good. Wow!
Whoa, cool.
X. H.
Comma.
Q.
Oh, trying to switch it up there.
I. X. H. This is actually pretty good as a key learning game.
Yeah, it looks good. There's a variety of games in here. It's just, this came out at just the wrong time when the Intellivision was in the middle of dying, as every console was in '83. But this would have been the first Simpsons game, and I would say, the first Flintstones game. I'm going to mix them up every single time tonight. And I think this would have been a pretty good debut for the old Flintstones. Unfortunately, what we got was very, very different. That's an appropriate sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
We may hear that in a few games tonight.
I wonder what happens when you finish. Do you think Fred congratulates you?
Maybe.
I bet he doesn't. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd congratulate me.
I'm not gonna watch 3 minutes of this though.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to watch 3 minutes of this? All right, let me.
I mean, I think you've mastered the keyboard.
Scroll lock F3, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do one more mini game on this rarely seen, unreleased Flintstones prototype, because I'm intrigued.
Same.
They put effort into this. It wasn't just some licensed out garbage. They wanted us to teach our kids to be at least as smart as Pebbles and Bam Bam.
All right, let's do word scramble. And I'm going to set this to 1 minute.
All right, you have 1 minute to unscramble all the words, Alex.
Okay,
Hurry up, Fred. We got a whole
pressing
ass.
the G, Fred!
Fred, we have so many games to get to tonight.
Fred!
The thing he's writing in is like, it's a living. Boy, if they combine this with the IntelliVoice module, you'd be able to hear all the different appliances that they own complain.
I wish I could hear that. Do you ever wish your coffee maker bitched at you?
No, actually, that's like the thing I least want to hear the first thing in the morning.
Hey, have some fucking coffee, enjoy. I'm a rabbit of some sort.
Shut up, machine. Do as you're told is what I would say.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have creatures doing our things here.
Good job, Fred. And good job, Alex.
Thank you.
With the unreleased Flintstones keyboard fun for Intellivision. So that would have been the very first Flintstones game. Unfortunately, the very first one we actually got was for multiple platforms, including the Amstrad CPC, the Commodore 64, and the system we're going to feature right now, the ZX Spectrum.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Because if you can show a game on the ZX Spectrum, why not? This is a tape game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not actually called the Flintstones. It is called Yabba Dabba Doo. Going way back to the Stone Age for this one. And the first video game recreation of the theme song. Yabba Dabba Doo, it says at the bottom with an extra O.
Do we like this?
Well,
Yabba Dabba, don't play the Spectrum. Okay.
Well, hang on. There might be something to see here. You don't know. Alright, first of all, we need the right freaking... I think I have a Kimpston set up here.
I like how it's called Yabba Dabba Doo, but the title screen is just Flintstones.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I don't get it. Do I have a Kimpston? No, I have a Sinclair. Damn it.
Yeah, Kempstons. Meet the Kempstons.
There we go. Okay,
Look
Alex.
at him pogging!
He is never not pogging in this game.
This game rules, Danny!
So this game is kind of incredible. It's a little bit high concept, considering that the Flintstones got some very, very simple platforming adaptations over the years. This is not what you'd expect from that. This is actually a home building sim. Fred has to build a house in order to please his wife Wilma, who he's not yet married.
Oh, okay, so this is like from the Viva Rock Vegas timeline?
Yes, this is Flintstones Origins, basically.
Okay. Do you think a lot of cavemen had to build their own houses like this? Like, just, you know...
Well, according to this game, yeah, they did, because the entirety of Bedrock is being built simultaneously while Fred is building his house. Let's take a look around.
It's hoppy.
Yeah, this is like the dawn of mankind when nothing exists but rocks. But if you travel around, you see other people, rival cavemen, are building their own houses.
They're gonna take Wilma from you.
And eventually Wilma will be in one of those houses, and you have to woo her in between building up your own house and making a stable place for a family to live. Like, it could have just been a platformer, and yet they decided to make a prototype Tale of the Sun for some reason. This is exactly like some Art Dink shit I would play.
This is such an Art Dink game.
Now, the way you play this, supposedly, is you have to... See, this screen is our home.
Uh-huh.
And what you have to do is move all the little stones off of it, and then use the big stones to piece together your house.
Okay.
So first we have to clear the area. What's incredible is they took this very complicated concept and then made it as tedious as fucking
I was
possible.
gonna say, this game seems very tedious.
All you do is pick up and put down rocks.
Watch out for Hoppy.
This is what mankind was like in the very beginning. Aren't you glad you have video games?
I am. I would hate to have to build things with rocks. Wait a minute, what am I saying? I like rocks.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot. Yeah, that's the pit you have to throw the small rocks into. Oh, but birds keep dropping more rocks.
Bullshit. I like how the pit is backwards so it says tip. It's like,
You're right. I didn't notice
It's
that.
like, okay.
Well, cavemen, they were still getting used to the idea of having a language.
Yeah, they're not used to that. Okay, you got one rock.
Look at that. I made a chunk of the Flintstones home. Soon Wilma will want to be my cave wife. Very soon.
Very soon.
So what you have to do at this point is go onto the other screens and collect the large rocks. Because only the large rocks can be used to build your Flintstones home.
Not the small rocks.
No. You do it piece by piece, and again, you're competing with all the other cavemen who have the same objective. They also want Wilma. And she'll go to whoever has the best home as quickly as possible.
Thank you for the 25 bits room temperature. You know, the cat, I'm pretty sure Fred's cat only appeared in the outro. I don't actually think that Fred's cat was
And yeah,
real.
I don't think they give it a name. The lyrics are just like, Fred will win the fight, and the cat will stay out for the night.
And that cat stayed out for one night and just never came back.
Wow.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Cartman. The Al Arab Aztip, the La Brea Tar Pits. One piece at a time.
Nowadays, everyone's all about prequels, but here freaking Quicksilver was in 1986, delivering the Flintstones prequel we never knew we wanted. Oh, I died.
You died, Fred.
Well, I tried to type ass, but my finger slipped.
And you typed nothing.
I typed psst. Congratulations to the first caveman. Psst. Well, what do you think, Alex? Humble beginnings for a modern Stone Age family.
Very humble.
Very, very humble. Luckily, there's another Flintstones game, and this one became the default, the standard, and we have to judge it based on that.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Carmen. Fred got Flintstone to death. It's true.
Thank you. This game was released in 1987 for MSX, Amiga, Commodore 64, Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and Sega Master System. And since we're already here in Spectrum Land, why don't we check out the Spectrum version? I'm always saying this. Since we're already here on the Spectrum, I mean, we might as well play some Spectrum.
I'm
games.
always saying, as long as I'm on the Spectrum, I may as well play the Okay, my Spectrum buddies out there, do any of you ever say I'm on the Spectrum, so I'm playing the Spectrum? If not, I got something for you to say now.
Okay.
It's better.
Music's a little bit better. A little bit bloopy. Okay, we have a Sinclair joystick. So let's go ahead and start that game up.
Oh.
There he is! Who's that mysterious shadowy
I love
individual?
him! Oh my god!
Paint this wall now, Fred, says Wilma. Good news, Fred got his house, but he has to paint it now.
Okay, Wilma, then I'm going bowling with Barney.
So Alex, you know how the first game was Ceaseless Tedium?
Uh-huh, Ceaseless Tedium.
Well, it was a theme, and they continued this with the second game, because all you do in the first part of this game is paint the damn wall, and the entire time you have to manage a brush meter, which controls how much paint is on the brush. And the entire time, freaking Pebbles is getting out of her cave crib and scribbling on the wall, so you have to pick her up. But when you pick her up, your paintbrush, which is a living thing, comes to life and starts avoiding you, so you have to track that down again. And then you have to put more paint on the paintbrush, and by the time you've done that, Pebbles has escaped from her crib again, and you have to repeat the whole thing all over again.
Thank you, Dino, please, for the 9-month resub.
Hey, Dino.
Boppin', Bamers? What's boppin' is Fred.
Fred must paint the wall. Thank you, Dino.
Thank you.
Highly recommend you play through this game on stream at some point, because so many of our UK gamer brethren had to suffer through this. Again, I want to remind you, video games can be about anything, and yet, here we are painting the wall. So if you think we're already done, oh no, actually, because we have to paint the top of the wall as well.
Are you kidding me with the ladder?
We have to move the ladder.
Thank you, Seraphis Kane, 100 bits. I sure am glad games aren't tedious like this anymore, I say, while painting walls and House Flipper for an hour. Thank you, Carmen, for the 100 bits. Are there any Flintstones in the audience today? You know what?
Make your voices heard, gamer cavemen. This stream is for you. I just like that it's not just that the entire premise is tedious, which it is, but then they had to go the extra mile to, like, make it as much of a pain in the ass as possible. Painting the top of the wall, having the paintbrush be a living thing that you have to track down every time you admonish your unruly child.
It's funny that your daughter fucks it up for you, I'm sorry.
So it was like this. This was the Flintstones game on many computers, including MSX and Amstrad and whatnot. If you ask people what they thought about Flintstones gaming for a time, this would be what they say. I just noticed Fred's face. He doesn't look too happy to be here either.
No, he's no longer pogging.
So we could play like 7 or 8 different versions of this game, but I want to skip ahead and play the definitive version. Because many years later, for some reason, they ported this to the Sega Master System in upgraded form. And why not enjoy that?
Thank you, one more Dwink, for the 15-month resub. There's a time limit, apparently.
Yeah, and the time limit is very strict, and if you time out, the wall gets unpainted, and you have to paint it again from scratch. It's a really cool game.
You must paint the wall, Fred.
All right, Europe-exclusive Sega Master System territory. Oh, no, this one actually got released in Brazil, too.
Oh, okay.
Everyone can enjoy this video game. It's got a little bit of a beat. So it may not look like much, but this is a vast improvement over all the other computer systems versions of this game, except for maybe the Amiga.
Thank you, Scratching Way, for the 44-month resub. Fred must paint the wall.
He must.
Oh, tier text, really?
Yep, good old tier text. All reliable. They added something for this version. You know what that is?
Barney? Oh, okay.
Yabba Dabba Doo! And he's fully colored in this time. He's no longer a shadowy figure. However, Fred must paint the wall. And the music gets slower and more elegiac for some reason. Fred sees his entire day laid out ahead of him. He's gonna see that sunset while he paints the wall. And look at these graphics. This is the kind of game that makes you appreciate how far graphics have come. Oh yeah, we gotta get the brush.
I like these graphics. Am I a Master System fan?
Maybe.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Will I get in trouble? Will people be mad at me? Will people...
You may have to relocate to Europe, but sure.
Cool.
Or Brazil, at least.
They got gluten-free food in Brazil. I can go to Brazil.
Yeah. But though the graphics are improved, this is very much the same game as it was on every other system. Just think how many people played this, and instead of playing what should have been a simple platformer, they just played a tedious wall painting sim. So I'm playing this for another reason. It says cheats.
Oh, good.
Fake Fred's bowling score! Okay, we're gonna do that for sure. Let's do Infinite Lives. Well, Infinite Paint would be pretty good. But this has a built-in level select,
nice.
Which can be enabled with a Game Genie code. I think you push start and then, like, Oh no, I skipped to level 1.
Paint this wall now, Fred.
No, I don't want.
Fred must paint the wall, Danny.
I don't want to paint the wall. No, we don't need to see that yet. Hang on. We have to see the other levels. Fred must beat Barney.
Fred must beat Barney.
Okay, so if you paint the wall, I hope you're ready for this shit, because this is level 2. The wall painting is a genuine skill that you need to develop over many, many playthroughs. You would probably attempt that scene like 5 or 6 times before you finally finish it and see this. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck.
Thank you, Ultra Pancake, for the 15-month resub. Paint the wall, Fred!
Fred must paint the wall. Thank you. Fuck. So the Fredmobile has a huge hitbox. It'll pretty much always hit these stones. And every time you do, you have to get out the freaking car and jack it up. Fuck. My favorite part is how Barney doesn't lift a fucking finger. He just
sure
sits there.
doesn't.
He just sits there in the passenger seat, lets you do all the work. And then, if you take too long, the bowling alley's closed. This isn't a fun video game. This is a stultifying life sim. This is just what life would be like. So as far as anyone knows in Europe, if you haven't seen the cartoon, the Flintstones is just all about suffering. Like, even when you want to head out with your friend and have a fun time at the bowling alley, no, you can't have any fun there. So tonight's question is, are we going to play any games that get better than this? I really wonder. Hey, I beat a level!
Made it!
Fred must beat Barney.
With a bowling ball?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Carmen, for the 100 bits. Fred and Barney were in a fast car. Listen.
Thank you. So you'd never believe this.
When you hate your kids.
You'd never believe this, but the controls in this part are quite bad. It takes a while to learn how to get the, how to get the thing to actually hit the pins. And I think you have to play a full 10 frames against
What
a
the
computer
hell?
against a computer who knows how to throw strikes.
Barney!
I think if I played this as a kid, I would just like not enjoy video games. I'd get into movies or something.
Well, you gotta get it. You know, gamers are just always doing crazy shit. You never hear of movie fans doing the things that gamers do, is all I'm saying.
That's true. It's because of this game, I bet.
This is the game that made gamers go gamer.
What does BMF stand for?
I've been wondering that.
Alright, enough of that.
Big motherfucking Flintstones.
So, luckily this game's only 4 levels long, so once you finish the previous 3, you finally get to enjoy a platformer! My god, it turns into an actual platformer!
How's it play?
Like shit! The platform hitboxes do not extend to the end of the actual platform, so you're gonna slip off them all the damn time. There's a shortcut for you. Oh yeah, this part, you gotta do this. I've briefly played this part.
What is that? What is that?
Don't worry about it.
I am very worried about the tree man.
It's of no concern to you. Alright, you gotta go up the hill of grain and you gotta get Fred his famous helmet. We're Flintstones, kids.
10 million strong.
Do you think 10 million people played this game?
No. Watch out for the nuts and bolts.
They weren't even trying at this point.
No. This is just sad.
I think it's because of the music, which actively slowed down when you started playing the game. No. Oh, Fred's gonna fall for a long time.
No, it's okay. Oh! Oh, he died.
Yeah.
I didn't know Fred had fall damage.
Fred has fall damage.
Fred does not have fall damage in real life.
I'm going to give this one more attempt before we move on.
You
but
know Fred doesn't have fall damage in real life.
I just wanted to give this game its proper due because this is the one that many, many people played in Europe, especially with the microcomputer boom and all. And for some reason, this doesn't come up often when people discuss their favorite ZX Spectrum or CPC or MSX games. Maybe I just haven't played the right version. Maybe the Amiga's like a banger version.
Yeah, in the Amiga version, you can really see the wall paint.
The texture. The subtle shade of gray. The wall was already gray!
Don't worry about it. Okay, don't fall. Climb.
Oh, and he's being blown by the wind.
Look at his little wiggle.
He's got a dumpy. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Hey, you lived!
Good news, Alex, we have to get back to where we came.
Are you shitting me? Why is this game so tedious?
Shit,
Oh,
we
you
both
died!
died!
You killed Pebbles! Good job!
Fuck this, I'm done. That's the Flintstones for ZX Spectrum, C64, Amstrad, MSX, Amiga, and Sega Master System. They're all the same game. The Master System one is the superior one because it has digitized voice and a little bit better controls. So, Alex,
Huh?
we've seen an unreleased 1983 Intellivision game. We've seen 1985's Yabba Dabba Doo. We've seen 1987's The Flintstones. The very next game in the Flintstones licensed universe was released for DOS by High Tech Expressions. This is The Flintstones, Dino, Lost in Bedrock. Oh, if you would, load up Joy to Key.
Oh, shit. Let me,
Left column in the middle. The desktop icons.
Oh, doy. I see. Okay, and,
Yeah, click on Z Flintstones. Okay, now click back on the window. Oh, God. Alright, let's do this. The Flintstones, Dino, Lost in Bedrock. Developed by Softy. There's that computer speaker sound I know and love.
okay.
Alex, push enter if you would.
Sure, honey.
Where's my controls? All right, Alex, use your keyboard. You're going to be playing this, I guess. It's up to jump. If you want to crawl, it's enter and page down, so have fun with that. Oh.
Down and was it? It's just
Yeah, you push either diagonal or page down and end to crawl. Oh, look at that! Look at that scrolling. I think this is where you push page down or end.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I thought only Barney could get through there, but I guess Fred can do it with some effort. Watch out for those. Sorry, Dino. Oh, input device should be keyboard. That's why I don't have my controls.
Okay, well,
Well, Alex can have another try at it.
I don't wanna.
So I'm sorry to you if you like this, but this was the game I mentioned at the top of the stream where I was surprised to find out it's one of the worst games I have played in my entire life. Did you see the scrolling? It was broken like in all the long plays I've seen. Supposedly this game was recalled and they had to issue like a fixed version.
They did, yeah.
I don't know what they fixed though, because how do you fix this? What, you could jump on that? Oh, Fred. Oh, Fred.
Fuck.
You gotta play it again.
No, I don't. Let's restart. There we go.
All right, why don't you pick Barney for me? And then choose keyboard controls.
Okay.
Now you're gonna see some shit. Never mind, it doesn't work. My carefully constructed joy to key configuration for this game rebelled against me at the last minute, and now Alex has to play this. Good for me, because I didn't get anywhere in this shit. Oh my god, you've got further than I ever did. Look out, Barney. B. It's not going away.
Hell!
It's not going away.
This is like real life when a bee chases you.
If you stand up, you're gonna die.
I know.
Okay,
No!
well, alright. Watch out for those. I can't think of a game that's worse than this. We could rank this on Mascot Friday, and it could very well be the new
Did you see that?
the new lowest ranked platformer, because I can see nothing. There is nothing good about this.
Okay, no, we got this. We got this. This is not going to be that bad.
This game did light a fire in Alex, though. He's determined.
I am. Okay, here we go. Up. Yeah, okay. You cry all you need, Dino.
But Dino, you have to rescue him. I found that Barney could get through that little passageway down there easier than Fred, but I thought it was just impossible for Fred. So you may have more tech than I do. There is a long play out there, and if you watch it, you will be shocked. You will be shocked at how playable it makes the game look, but don't be fooled. This is quite unplayable. Go Barn! Go Barn! Go, go, go! Go! If you do it fast enough, you can do it before the alligator shows up.
Okay. I'm checking joy to key. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, it's none. None. Look at this.
I'm not even recognizing my... Oh, wait. Oh, it was joystick 2.
You put it on joystick 2?
I did not. The Windows occasionally mixes up joystick 1 and 2. That'll be fun for later on. I know the PS2 emulator really hates that.
Ooh.
Alex, give it one more try.
Why?
Put in the effort, Barney.
I'm looking at the introduction.
Okay.
Dino has wandered off and become lost. Fred and Barney, Fred's next door neighbor, are
that's who
looking
Barney
everywhere
is.
for poor Dino. Throw item as enter. Okay.
Yeah, you see those controls? Very creative for them to put in the page down and end keys as part of the required controls.
Okay.
You gotta use your whole ass keyboard for this.
You gotta use your whole ass brain for this. Oh no, an egg!
You gotta use your whole ass.
Run.
Go.
Run.
Aw, Barney.
Barney, my pebbles.
Barney, you've died.
I can't beat him. I can't beat that alligator.
Isn't this awesome?
No!
I can't think of a worse game, like, seriously. And for it to be the Flintstones, this cultural touchstone, kids out there chugging Flintstones vitamins, getting eggs out of the Flintstones egg machine that was occasionally at the grocery stores.
Oh yeah, the Flintstones egg machine!
Yeah, that was a favorite thing that I did as a kid.
God, you could not escape the
The local Handy Andy had a Flintstones egg machine that had these plastic eggs, and they'd have, like, just crap in them, like little spider rings or something. Oh! This is it.
Cigarettes are just Winston's.
This is your last life, Alex. Make it count. It looks like Dino is gonna have to remain lost in Bedrock. It doesn't get any worse than that. I was shocked. There was not a single bit of gaming pleasure to be found in that game, and I looked. So it can only be uphill from here, right? We have to find a better Flintstones game. These games have hovered in like 2 out of 10 territory, 3 out of 10 at the very best. So let's head to the Nintendo, the NES. It is now 1991, and Taito, we know Taito, they're set to release a game called The Rescue of Dino and Hoppy.
Oh, that one is well liked.
I don't know, I'm kind of mistrustful. I have learned to fear the Flintstones when it comes to video games.
That's not fair. What did Fred ever do to you?
Flintstones were living peacefully with Gazoo. Do we have to mention Gazoo?
Gazoo's here. Gazoo's here. We like Gazoo. Hey, all you Flintstones freaks in the chat. Y'all love Gazoo, don't you? You're all big Gazoo
Who
fans.
the hell's this? Oh no, not Dino and Hoppy. Hoppy is the Rubbles' pet.
Is Hoppy with the Rubbles?
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
I've never seen this.
Dr. Butler, that's cool.
Looking like Rudy from Funhouse.
God, he is.
He's gonna tell you to get yourself a hot dog. Said the man in the time machine. Their pets are crying.
It happens.
That's a living. And he blasted Gazoo's time machine into pieces. He had a time machine?
Fuck you, Gazoo.
Well, let's see if this is any better than Yabba Dabba Doo for the ZX Spectrum.
Well, it can't be as bad at... Oh my god! Look at that! You can jump!
Fuck, it's an actual video game.
Oh my god, this is crazy!
It took him like 10 different platforms and 5 different games, but finally, there's a good
You should
Flintstones
duck.
game.
Sorry, I like this game a lot. It's real good.
That's something he did in the cartoon, I believe.
Yeah, he did. He did do that when he wanted to hide. I respect Fred.
So even if you're a fan of the cartoon, you'd find stuff to like in here. You'd be like, hey, I know that. And there's some nice hanging mechanics, so it's a little bit more than your average hop and bop. Look at this. 8-way scrolling. Bright graphics. Video game. It's video game.
Yeah, I'm not used to a video game.
Last half hour has desensitized me to what is
Sorry,
considered a video game.
That Dino lost in Bedrock has really destroyed
That
me.
game fucking sucks.
I'm so glad you didn't have to play that because you've had to play so many games.
Someone should have gone to prison for that game. Like, for real.
Okay,
fact, I think-
okay, angry video game Danny.
I think they actually did, yeah. One of the guys, it was mentioned in Discord, one of the developers later went to prison for fraud.
Of
If anyone wants to link information about that, you may.
the High-Tech Expressions game?
Yeah. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it's just
No,
wishful.
I believe you.
It could just be wishful thinking. Look at that, you got a charge club mechanic and everything. Look at that, there's little animals that help you out, just like in the show. Jeez, you don't have to make a freaking prototypical Tale of the Sun, you just gotta make a freaking platformer.
Yeah, right? Like,
It's not rocket science.
people just forgot to do platformers for a while when it came to licenses, and you can't do that in the beginning. They all didn't know. They all didn't know that all you had to do was make a platformer, but now they know.
Yeah, it was hanna-barbera like, oh no, this has to be a complex take on the Flintstones. You cannot merely have a platformer in 1983.
I like that. I like that creature.
This guy's cool.
He's so good looking.
Ouch. Well, that's the end of Fred.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make a Flintstones gotcha game since they already have that Tom and Jerry gotcha game.
Well, that's the version of the Flintstones we're most familiar with.
Okay.
But there was another version that I think we would be, that we should probably look at
Hey,
just for...
hey, Chad, I know
just for
some of you are
completeness'
excited
sake.
about this.
Okay, Alex, give us your best Joel Vinesauce impression.
Oh, I don't know how to do a vine sauce.
Do it.
Granddad!
Flintstones! There we go, I got you.
That's much better, thank you.
A lot of people don't know that this version actually has a built-in level select, which is kind of nice. You just push select on the title screen, and you can go to the last stage. And what's special about this version? The sprites are a little bit different.
Granddad!
That's Granddad. Oh, when you push down, he does this.
Hey, hey,
Hey, this is my game.
Huh?
Me. Fred
Aw.
Flintstone. Everywhere in the game, it still calls him Fred. None of
That's
the other
good.
sprites have been changed. It's just, it's Mario's granddad. That raises a lot of questions, though. Shouldn't this be like great-great-great-great-great-granddad, not just singular granddad?
Well, maybe Mario's older than we think.
Maybe Mario's lived for thousands of years.
God, I hope not.
I've never played through this game to the end, but this does seem pretty okay. Oh, skeletons. And in any case, playing it now makes me realize its qualities, because Jesus Christ, it could be so much worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're not lost in Bedrock with Dino.
Like, lost on the first screen. Seriously, try and play that game if you like a challenge.
No. No. Why do you hate our audience?
It's a challenge like none other. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
This game gets pretty intense. I don't know what I'm doing. He's dead.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Fred.
Granddad.
Thank you, Carmen, for the 100 bits. Garfield Mario Flintstone. That's him.
So that was 1991. And then something happened. And that thing is licensing and business. Late in the NES's lifespan, something curious started to happen with a couple developers. You remember Capcom released DuckTales 2 and Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers 2? Mm-hmm. They did this because they were at the tail end of their Disney license agreement, and they figured, you know, put out a certain number of copies, we'll probably turn a profit on this. They did this by intentionally making the games use the cheapest possible hardware at the time. Most games were at least MMC3 hardware at the very least. Those games, they were just like, no, fuck it, make it as small as you can on MMC1 hardware, as cheap as possible, and just farm it out and put it out there. And Taito saw that and, it was like, you know what, good idea. So they made a sequel to the Flintstones. And then they made like 5 copies, and collectors now actively seek out this game.
They do.
At current, cartridge-only copy of Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak runs about $1,500, and complete and box copies start at $3,000. Super late era NES release. Printed
Danny,
just enough
can I
copies.
have one?
If you find one, let me know.
No, could you give me one?
No.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of money. Are you kidding?
I was gonna say, I don't either. That's why I was asking. I like the background.
And this game, it's a shame it's kind of rare because this plays so much better than the first one. Controls are much more crisp. You have much more control over Fred in midair.
Yabba Dabba Doo, trademark.
Yeah, trademark. I haven't played much of it, but at least to my eyes, this seems like a much better game than DuckTales 2 or Rescue Rangers 2 ever were. Anyone have any opinions on the matter?
I like this music. The soundtrack is a lot better. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Acifracrat, for the 19-month resub. Thank you. We will granddad in your honor. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him jump.
Did you know the Flintstones invented Donkey Kong? It's true.
Flintstones invented a lot of things. Like cartoon characters smoking cigarettes.
Exactly. It's because they paved the way that we became the smoking streamers.
That is like a YouTube thing. Do they even allow you to smoke cigarettes on Twitch?
I don't think so.
I know.
No, wait, there's a category for it.
I know there's a category for smoking weed. Do they just let you
I think it's tobacco and weed.
Okay, so you can just smoke a pack of Marlboros on stream and get
just
paid?
as long as you tag your stream as featuring smokables.
Okay. What if I just smoke random things? Does smokables include salmon? So if I make smoked salmon, can I go in that stream?
Yeah, but you have to tag it.
Okay. 18 plus smoked salmon.
Oh no.
Well, your children are stopped by lava. Good job.
Pebbles!
Don't panic. Thank you, Krungo, for gifting a sub to Marlboro.
Thank you, Krunko. I think the Flintstones prefer Winston's, but...
They do, technically.
Oh, here's another innovation in this game. You can play as Barney. The second Flintstone. The honorary Flintstone. Alex, if you had to pick one, who would you pick?
Fred or Barney?
Yeah.
Barney.
Really?
Yeah, sorry, Fred.
Look at this, he got the Castlevania axe.
I just like Barney's energy more.
He does have a kind of energy. He's just kind of laid back.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Karma with the 100 bits. The cave floor is literal lava. Exactly.
Whoops.
Well, Barney died.
I just like this, though, because, again, late-era NES, people were just cheapening up as much as possible, limiting print runs, as we see in collector circles nowadays. But here was Taito doing that same thing, but instead of making a throwaway shit product like DuckTales 2 or Rescue Rangers 2, they made an actual good game.
You hate DuckTales 2.
I fucking hate DuckTales 2. That game is trash. Sorry, it's the truth. I don't know how to get past this part.
Yeah, what the hell?
It sucks that they made this game impossible in level 2. Maybe that's why it's so rare. But if you see a copy of Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak at Goodwill or something, it's probably a bootleg.
Yeah.
Pick it up anyway, though, because it's a pretty good game. Oh, where are we going to next? We could head to a bunch of places, but, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up a different core on the Mister. Alex, why don't you load up MAME?
Okay.
We're kind of flipping all over the place in order to save time. Now, where's the next logical place for the Flintstones to appear after 2 great appearances on the NES? That's right, in the world of redemption games. Alex, why don't you play Fred Flintstone's Memory Match? This is a MAME H game. Yeah, there you go. Coastal Amusements.
Coastal Amusement?
Ooh, based on the D-Cheese engine. I can't wait to see this.
The D-Cheese engine, huh?
Yeah, whatever that is. The fun thing about MAME is that it's not just arcade games. It emulates all sorts of ticket and redemption games, including this one.
We're a modern Stone Age family. What?
Yeah, we're all part of the family now.
So is it a touchscreen game?
No, it's a keypad game. Dino! Alex, you ready to win some virtual tickets? Look at Dino, he's so fucking cool.
He's very cool. How do I put in coins?
Oh, I'll give you some coins.
Okay.
Alright, Alex. Match 9 characters
Okay.
before time is up. Now pay attention, it'll show you where all the characters are.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Mr. Slate. Way to go! Can you remember? Guess again.
No, that's Betty!
Keep what?
No, that's Hoppy!
Way to go!
That's the
Hey!
car. What do they call that car?
The Fredmobile. I actually don't
That's
know.
what I always assumed, but...
I'm Betty.
Hi, I'm Betty. Betty is the Daisy of the Flintstones universe.
You found
She is. Getting a lot of matches. Okay.
Time's up, you want to continue?
Yeah.
Sure you do.
Where's Hoppy? Look, Barney, they found Hoppy.
They found Hoppy.
I'm Wilma. No.
No, that's Mr. Slate. You mixed up Mr. Slate and your wife?
Hey, listen, I'm having a hell of a time at work,
Where
okay?
am I? Guess again.
Guess again, dum-dum.
Golly. You win.
I got 18 tickets.
I like that it plays the sound effects as it dispenses the tickets.
Collect your tickets.
Take your
Try
tickets.
again.
See ya, kid.
Okay.
And what do you think?
Well, Fred looks good in this one. Music sounds good.
Yeah, they got the digitized theme. And the gameplay is, well, it's not Yabba Dabba Doo for ZX Spectrum.
Hey, I like that.
We're slowly getting better here. Fred Flintstone's Memory Match. With the new Hanna-Barbera logo and everything.
Damn.
Okay, meanwhile, back in the console realm, Taito was still busy with their Flintstones license, and they decided, you know what? Maybe Sega Genesis owners want a Flintstones game. Why don't we make one for them?
Let's do it.
Here it is. Ooh. Ooh, that's kind of a Blondie rendition.
Funky beats.
They added a bunch of extra notes to that theme.
I like that. It's the Flintstones.
I used to own this game because I owned every Taito game for Genesis. I was interested in collecting subsets. I sold this complete for around $70, which I thought was good at the time. This game's over $200 now.
Sorry, honey.
Fuck you, Flintstones.
The Flintstones Redemption game got reskinned into a Chuck E. Cheese game. Good.
Oh, that's why it had the D-Cheese engine.
Okay. I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, Fred Flintstone, you make me so mad. Now this game, it's very much like the NES Flintstones games. It keeps that climbing
What the
mechanic.
fuck is that?
I
Sorry.
don't know what that is.
I'm trying to stay focused, but it's hard when you see that thing. That was a suffering pig down there. That was cool.
For some reason, all of Taito's Flintstones games were obsessed with Fred climbing and clambering upon things. I don't know what the deal is with that. He still does this, though.
I like that.
I don't like the extra frame of animation. It looks... Boy, nice backgrounds. This game, believe it or not, was produced on the cheap. They didn't make many copies of this. But, like their NES games, it's still okay. It's a fine platformer to play. If you're into cavemen.
I am into cavemen. A little.
Cavemen are okay.
Cavemen are alright. I'm not anti or pro caveman. I think that I don't like the Geico caveman because I think that's a one-note joke.
Yeah, I don't like... That is a suffering pig.
I told you that pig was suffering.
I don't like cavemen who try to sell you things. Wait.
Fred, okay, here's
That's all the
thing.
Flintstones do.
No, what's the last thing a Flintstones tried to sell you? Be honest.
Well, it has been many years. I guess their movie, which we'll get to momentarily.
Well, I know they've sold other things like the McRib, of course.
They were affiliated with the McRib?
Yeah, don't you remember when the movie came out and they had a McRib tie-in? 'Cause
No.
it was like, oh, Fred would eat the McRib.
Huh. That's new to me. Oh shit, he runs! He's upset!
It's been a while since the Flintstones have been on Push Pops, too, which is a damn shame.
Yeah, they had push pops,
I
yeah.
love those.
Again, they were everywhere. They were inescapable. Which is weird considering the whole series ran its course in the literal 60s. It has been 60 years since the original Flintstones was on the air. And around
60 years since Fred has graced our screens. Now, Fred's had some more modern stuff come out. There's,
yeah, there was the Dark Horse comic series, and,
there was him in the WWE.
really?
Yeah, Fred meets the Flintstones meet the WWE.
Oh, right, yeah, they kept
with
having...
John Cena Stone.
They kept having wrestler crossovers for some reason.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of people that had wrestler crossovers. Just hanna-barbera did because they were like, whatever, we need money.
When has hanna-barbera ever needed money? Fuck. I mean, darn Stone. See? I'm trying to fit in.
No, it's okay.
The Flintstones.
The Flintstones.
By Taito for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. You could have a worse time. I remember when we covered the worst Mega Drive games, and they had that big list that people in Japan sent in entries to a magazine for, where that ranked the 10 worst or 50 worst or whatever. I remember Flintstones being in the bottom 20 for some reason.
Yeah.
No idea why that was. They just really hate the freaking Flintstones over there. What are we playing next? I suppose we should go to the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Because, believe it or not, Taito made another game.
Calm down, Taito.
They were all in on the Flintstones license. They appreciated the cultural weight that the Flintstones had. So let's start off with 1993's Flintstones, The Treasure of Sierra Madrock. Sorry, this is 94, apparently.
Super Nintendo Stone. Thank you, Taco.
Oh, there you go.
That's good. Fred, you're looking normal. Well, except for that mouse.
Pretty good theme song rendition, too. One of the better ones we've heard. I think the worst renditions have been DOS and probably Genesis, honestly.
Well, the DOS version also had the problem of just being horrible.
Yeah, that was the least of the DOS version's problems. And it includes their affiliation with the Water Buffalo Club. Alex, what can you tell me about the organization of water buffaloes?
Well, they're like the Freemasons, but they don't do anything and they just sit around and drink beer, which is I think what the Freemasons do as well.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, they're like the Elks Lodge or the Moose Lodge, but they're water buffalo.
The Poobah's retiring. And guess what? Everyone has to go out on a big race across the globe to do something to, oh yeah, you gotta get the treasure to be the new Poobah. And what is the venue for such an adventure? That's right, it takes place in the classic Japanese form of Sugoroku.
Yes, we love Sugoroku, though.
More like Sugoraku, huh?
Good, you're getting in the spirit.
So you go around this big game board, and you get in these little encounters that, believe it or not, take place in the form of side-scrolling platformers.
I love this game. I'm sorry, we played this before, and
this one's pretty good. This plays great, actually. He's got the Yoshi flutter.
I like the Yoshi flutter on Fred. That's good.
And all the stages, since there's a ton of stages on the game board, they're all very short and bite-sized.
Fred is so cute in the Taito games. I just have to say it. He's adorable. He flutters. It's so cute. And you know what it makes me sad that we're never going to see an American Dad platformer like this, or a Family Guy platformer.
Won't we?
Where you can see Peter like flutter his arms. It's so sad.
Developers, step it up.
Modern adult animation doesn't do this anymore.
Make the American Dad platformer of your dreams.
Make the Family Guy platformer. Make it 8-bit. I know Family Guy already has another game, but they needed an adorable platformer.
Oh damn, Barney.
Like a Bob's Burger platformer, please God, just give me another platformer.
I like in this one you control Fred and Barney. You don't have to choose between your favorite children.
Oh yeah, the Family Guy MMO. I actually was a member of that for a little while.
You were a member?
Yeah, I joined. I think I was the Meg class. I don't remember because I only played for a little bit and it didn't last for very long. I used to play every free MMO if it looked insane enough, and I played a lot.
I love the idea of a Meg class.
Yeah, you could be Meg or Peter, or it was very strange.
Barney lacks the ability to clamber upon platforms like his his coworker Fred.
My clamber.
Actually, they're just neighbors. I don't think they're coworkers.
No, they work together.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, They work at the same rock quarry.
This game plays great. I could see how the NES versions might be seen as kind of limited, and the Genesis game had a kind of strange qualities to it. This has a lot in common with the Genesis game, come to think of it. It uses a lot of the same level gimmicks. But what it doesn't have is Sugoroku.
It doesn't.
Which makes this version superior.
Fred is tapping his feet.
Bedrock trademark.
That is trademark, just like Yabba Dabba Doo. Was Barney a salesman? Okay, maybe Barney is frequently out of work. I see you were all filling me in on the Barney lore I didn't know. There's so little I know about the man other than he has an adopted child with Betty. Nice apple.
Thanks. I rented this back when it was new, and I thought it was pretty good. This game is kind of hard to find nowadays, but it's nowhere near the degree of rescue of Dino and Hoppy.
Barney got fired from his job in the first season, and they never address his employment again. All right.
Really?
Okay, I always assumed.
Lucky chance. I do want to visit the park.
I just don't know what Barney's... Yeah, Bam Bam I knew was adopted.
I don't have enough clams.
I don't know what Barney's job would be. Because Betty I don't think works. Betty stays at home. But Barney's always doing shit during the day.
I wonder.
He's having gay sex. I'm sorry.
Alex!
I'm sorry!
Just for that, you have to play the next game.
Okay, what is it?
It's in MAME.
Uh-oh.
Good news, everyone. The Flintstones has arrived on the console of the future. Let's play the Flintstones and Jetsons Time Warp for the Philips CDI. This is all you, Alex. This is your punishment.
I know, I deserve it. It's my fault.
I'm sort of skipping around here to minimize console switching, but this is all basically early 90s towards mid 90s. Because at a certain point, the Flintstones reaches a critical mass of popular entertainment. You'll see so in just a minute. But we gotta see this adaptation for the CDI first. We covered this on our Multimedia Monday Philips CDI archaeology streams, but for completeness' sake, we have to feature it here. Ah, shit! What'd they do to the Earth? Ah! The Jetsons, if you're unaware, is a futuristic take on the Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all you have to know.
Yeah, George Jetson is like if Fred Flintstone was a wiener.
Time warp, just press a button. It's easy.
Okay, I know.
Alex knows how to play. So in this game, you control either George Jetson in the distant past or Fred Flintstone in the future.
Be Fred in the future.
Fred of the future. And Fred is let loose, free to go apeshit in the Jetsons' house.
Magical treasure of the 20th century. Today, through the miracle of polymer technology, you too can have all the elegance of the 1900s in this simulated porcelain sad clown statue.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Droopy-faced Winky the Clown will be a unique addition to any connoisseur's collection. It's beautiful, delicate, and cries real tears. Press now for the sad clown statue.
No way. Even Pebbles wouldn't want that piece of junk.
Wow.
Welcome to the Virtual Vacation 3000.
Ooh.
Travel the galaxy with
Fred VR.
leaving your
Okay,
home.
Fred.
Select your vacation package now.
Red package.
Congratulations.
We're doppling.
You have selected the Ski Saturn Adventure.
Didn't know Fred was a Doppler.
Our all-inclusive package includes a non-stop slalom down Saturn's rings.
He didn't seem impressed. Take another vacation. You
Okay.
can probably do better than that.
I am your pre-programmed personal trainer 3000. Now it's time for some deep knee bends.
It's going on vacation.
So if you're unfamiliar with
Welcome
Philips
to the
CDI
Virtual
games,
Vacation
often they're just
3000.
multimedia experiences with little to no gameplay.
Congratulations. You have selected the Jupiter Jungle Trek. Our all-inclusive package features a jetpack solar safari.
No, he didn't like that one. It was too much like real life.
This one.
But what's great about this is all original
Thank you
drawings
for
and
using
animation
Vacuumatic 3000.
optimized
I will
for the
now
Philips
remove
CDI.
every speck of dust from the living room.
Oh no, get Rolo ready.
Sorry, accidents happen. Thank you for using the Vacuumatic 3000.
Wee.
I like this. This is just pure CDI.
It really is.
I can't-
It's
I
just
can't
fucking
dislike this.
around.
The scenes where George is in the past and is perplexed by everything he sees is pretty good too.
It's a pretty delightful game.
Fred?
Fred? Fred died. What?
Oh.
Hey, wake the fuck up, dude.
Mr. Spacely is approaching.
Is this Fred's, like, great-grandson or
So
something?
nice to see someone who's not sleeping on the job.
Because it looks like him.
It does.
Do we know who this is? Is this Jed Flintstone?
The Spacely Sprocket Maker has been activated. Please back away from the gears.
Oh no, Fred!
Fred, you idiot.
Whoa.
Don't you listen?
Disturbing.
I like it. Let's press this button. The CDI is all about pressing buttons.
Emergency!
It really
Someone
is.
do something, for goodness sake.
Will you please turn that thing off? Some of us are trying to sleep.
So what do you think? The upper tier of Flintstones games?
Absolutely. After everything else we've played, oh my god.
Yeah, this is actually, it captures the spirit of the show. It's funny. It's a comedy, for God's sake. Doink, doink,
I'm gonna get
doink.
one more thing here. Let's get this wrench and see if I can't smack someone with it.
Maybe I'll put a monkey wrench in the gears.
Good,
Attention,
Fred.
all Earthlings.
That's great.
The Swervo Trinambulator has been disengaged. All life as we know it will cease to exist.
Thanks,
in
Fred.
10
You
seconds.
fucked us all.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Sounds serious.
2. Attention. Everything's okay.
Well, Fred was almost destroyed all life on Earth.
The Flintstones and Jetsons Time Warp for Philips CDI. Again, check out our Multimedia Monday archives, where we played through the George Jetson portion of the program. It's a good one, though.
We almost killed everybody. That was
We
impressive.
almost killed the future.
I like the song.
This is like an audio collage. Macintographer?
Yeah, I don't know what that fucking is, but good job, everybody.
Do you have any more Macintographers nowadays? Is that a job you can have?
Michael Sweet.
Sweet.
Thank you. Doug Yoon.
Doug Yoon! That's my favorite Toaplan game. Aw, Fred.
Okay.
It's a good Fred there.
That's a great Fred.
Boy, I sure hope no one streams my game. Flintstones and Jetsons Time Warp for CDI. Well, that was a fun little side trip, but we gotta go back to business. Because there's a platform we've been ignoring so far, and that platform is the Game Boy.
Oh.
Good old monochrome Game Boy. Do you think Taito saw any money in that? Did they see a business opportunity? Of course they did, because here's Flintstones, King Rock Treasure Island. For Game Boy.
For Game Boy.
They didn't stop. Taito, for whatever it's worth, they used this license to its absolute fullest. I hadn't played this one before the stream, but I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Nice hat, Fred.
Good hat.
In like half of these games, he's looking for treasure.
Yeah, what's up, Fred? Why are you always looking for treasure?
Why can't you be an honest working man trying to make a bundle without doing nothing? That ain't the Fred Flintstone way.
No, that's wrong. Fred Flintstone would try to make money fast.
I guess that's true.
He's a get-rich-quick bitch. Sorry.
Wilma not looking so good in this version. Everyone else looks okay. I don't know what happened to her.
Don't worry about Wilma. Good luck, Fred.
Thanks, Barn. Bedrock start. See, what you see here is the results of Fred's efforts in Yabba Dabba Doo for ZX Spectrum.
Oh, it all ties together.
The whole city is built now. This game's neat because when you hit enemies, you freeze them and they become platforms. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
it's also very different from all of Taito's other games.
You got a kazoo.
Can't escape that fucker.
Sorry, honey.
I don't think Taito had the context for Gazoo being kind of a hated character. They were just like, oh, it's another beloved Flintstones character. We better use him.
Challenging platforming.
Yeah, actually. In a pretty dense and interesting way, too.
Yeah.
Could this be a hidden gem?
Oh my god. It is a hidden gem.
Look at that Dino. That 4x3 squished Dino. He can jump pretty high. Oh, farewell, Dino.
Goodbye, Dino.
Never hear anyone talk about this one. Usually only hear about the Super Nintendo and sometimes the NES ones, but if you want a pretty good Flintstones game, it's here on Game Boy. Wonder if I could beat a level. The way you stun and use the enemies to progress in the platforming just feels really strangely inventive, you know? They could have made it much simpler.
They really could have. But...
Instead, they did a little bit of a Klonoa thing with it. It's Klonoa if you collected Gazoo icons.
Okay. Yeah, Fred Flintstone and Klonoa, the team up, the dream team.
Mm-hmm. Someone get Taito on the horn. We can remake this. They could probably release a Flintstones compilation or some shit.
Like a Flintstones, like, game pack?
Yeah.
Like 15 in 1?
Mm-hmm. The Granddad Collection, they could call it, to appeal to the Zoomers.
They really should appeal to the Zoomers.
You know, I bet if they re-released all those Flintstones games, they would just rebrand it as Granddad. Like, not even use the Flintstones branding.
Taito, hear us. Do this. Give us all the Flintstones we can handle.
Okay, have we covered all the pre-big event Flintstones games that we have to offer? I think we have. Had one for Super Nintendo, one for Genesis, a couple for NES, one for Game Boy, a CDI game even. But the Flintstones, as with everything, they must evolve. And in 1994, the Flintstones theatrical film hit theaters, and it was adapted to the Game Boy. Some of y'all, I bet a lot of y'all haven't seen this one, but this game is very funny to me. We're gonna see a few games based on the Flintstones movie, but this Game Boy one.
When's the last time you've seen the Flintstones movie?
When it was originally in theaters.
It was a big deal.
It was huge. John Goodman played Fred Flintstone. Freaking, what's-his-face played Barney.
Rosie O'Donnell played Betty. I forget who was Wilma.
What's the guy who played Barney? God,
that was Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis, there you go. And this game tries to adapt. Let me try to explain this. This is a cartoon turned live action movie that now must return to its cartoon roots simply because the Game Boy cannot deliver digitized graphics as other games could. So you have a cartoon take of a live action man based on a cartoon man. And what does that look like? It looks like this. Who is this man?
Who is what? That's not John Goodman.
That's not Fred
Flintstone.
That's not John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. This is a third, as of yet unknown Flintstone.
It's some guy.
It's just some guy. This game got some jams, actually.
Tried watching the Flintstones movie on Netflix and it froze on Fred's feet.
Cool.
Great. Frank Flintstone.
This is where the merchandising really went out of control, too, because they had all these action figures and things based on the John Goodman Fred Flintstone specifically.
So they're all these like John Goodman like action figures. And you can,
Yeah,
like,
and they're all
squeeze
like
them.
they're all what is that it's an arcade game. How do I use arcade machine?
Enter
Well, anyway.
quarters.
I forgot what I was going to say now. I got
We were
distracted.
talking about all the tie-ins to the Flintstones movie.
Right, so if you can, search for a certain action figure that featured Fred eating a sandwich, because that was based on the John Goodman character having a mouth that is freakishly outstretched to devour this giant sandwich. I don't know if the Flintstones should have been live action. It's kind of uncanny to look at in retrospect. If I was being more extreme, I would describe it as cursed even. It's a little bit cursed. This game, though, it's surprisingly okay. Especially for being an ocean game. It could get way worse.
His terrible feet.
He looks naked.
He really does.
He looks like he's out there streaking in Bedrock.
I don't like that.
I just saw his face.
It's really bad.
What's going on there? I remember this game ending with like a foot race against Kyle MacLachlan's character, and they try to adapt his his likeness into the Game Boy, and it looks really, really strange.
Hold on.
Hang on, Fred's gotta make a platform journey.
I like the random item that killed you.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was good.
I don't know who this man is, but he's no Fred Flintstone. He cannot clamber upon things. He doesn't have stone axes. What is he? Where did he come from?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Fred Flintstone?
Exactly. So this begins kind of a dark chapter in tonight's stream, because we're going to feature a whole bunch of games and other things based on the Flintstones film specifically. Like Alex said, it was a huge deal.
It was huge. I mostly remember because I went to Universal Studios Hollywood at the time when the movie was coming out, and oh my god, they were promoting that movie so much in the park. There was like Flintstones things, like set pieces and shit. It was inescapable. I think they had
the B-52s do the theme song.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
the BC-52s.
I remember the BC-52s. McDonald's was a huge part in the movie. That was why they did the tie-in with the McRib.
Oh yeah.
There's a ton of toys, ton of things.
Well, if we learned anything at this point, it's that the Flintstones are basically just a licensing vehicle, and that movie really sent it into overdrive. Because, I mean, here's an opportunity to make more Flintstones games, and a golden opportunity to finally make a Flintstones pinball machine.
Oh boy.
Alex, why don't we play that Flintstones pinball machine? In fact, before you do that, why don't you unplug both controllers from the computer?
Okay.
And then replug the non-Xbox controller, the one on the left.
Okay.
I want to try and see if I can get my joy-to-key controls wrangled. Can you click the joy-to-key window, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, good. We're back in business. Click VPX.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let's play the Flintstones, the 1994 Williams pinball machine. Oh, boy. I love to show off weird pinball games. You know me. Everyone see this?
Okay, I think we're good.
Good. Let me adjust my mic so I can actually see this damn thing. This was basically a golden era for Williams and Bally tables, this early and late 90s period. This was the same period as games like Twilight Zone and Addams Family, so they had all these really involved DMD animations, as well as, at this point, they were just getting original material as well, so John Goodman and Rick Moranis recorded original lines for this thing.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
They didn't use sound-alikes?
No, they used the real dudes. They brought them into the pinball studio. Let's do this.
Thank you.
Can you turn it up on our end a little?
Yabba Dabba Doo!
There he is! John Goodman, Fred Flintstone in pinball form. Anyone play this one? I don't think I saw this when it was new, but having played this VPX version, it's pretty good. It looks beautiful for one thing.
Give me a burger, a cola, and fries. Come on!
This is one of the modes in the game where a guy complains at the fast food restaurant.
I can't believe this place! Hurry up!
I'm hurrying.
I love the aesthetic of the Flintstones movie. I just need to say it. It was so good. I didn't care for the movie, but I loved the sets. It was, oh my god. All that paper mache, like, block everywhere. So good.
That's a rip-off!
There's no pleasing this guy.
Can we like make our house look like the Flintstones movie?
Yeah, sure.
With a bunch of rock walls and like animatronic creatures and shit.
Can we invite this guy?
Yes. Uh-oh. Threw a bomb at you. Is that normal? Do they have bombs in caveman times? I guess they did.
Was this a scene in the movie or something? I don't remember. There's onion rings in here! You're complaining? About free onion rings?
Yeah, it's usually like the best thing is when you get a free onion ring.
Incredible.
So having played a little bit of this, it's not among my favorites, but it has its charms.
Water buffaloes, give it up.
Annie, I mean, you've seen
Let's see if we can take out this guy.
That right.
Yeah, got him.
you've seen Dino lost in Bedrock. We could do so much worse.
We really could.
Go for the strike!
And a one and a two.
I love the generic screams. Alright, get over to the right side of the old,
Get off
the stage so I can shoot you. Oh, time ran out. Oh, good enough. This game apparently not very well liked among the pinball community because a whole lot of Williams and Bally tables from this time, as I said, are all-time classics. The IPTB pinball database ranks many of those games in their top 10 or top 20. This game ranks number 94, which is not a great showing for a 90s Williams table. I also noticed that whoever made this recreation, which is a fan-made thing for Visual Pinball X, the default version that they offered is actually a mod that replaces all the digitized graphics, or rather the Hollywood star likenesses with just cartoon characters.
Why? You gotta see freaky. We as children had to deal with like all the drawings of John Goodman, Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, I didn't like that, and apparently, in retrospect, a lot of pinball people don't like it either. Just seeing a cartoon man in real form, then returning to cartoon form, it's like...
It's wrong.
It's wrong, it's unnatural, it's uncanny. Let's see if we can get this in the machine. Gonna get a whole shit ton of points on this. No. Can I at least get a strike?
Go for the strike! Shoot for the machine!
Shoot for the machine.
There we go. No, it didn't go.
Sorry, honey.
Hey, Slate! How's about a bonus?
Miscellaneous. I heard the bomb.
Would you like to play?
Yeah, the bonk is in there. Hey, Alex, say something ban-worthy.
Yabba Dabba Doo, I hate playing with you. Thank you. I couldn't think of anything.
It's good. It was good on short notice.
Thank you.
Soon.
And that is the Flintstones, the 1994 Williams pinball table. It's okay. Check it out. Wait, did that come from the table, or was that a ban? The real world and the cartoon world and the pinball world are merging. Oh my god. I'm gonna hear that noise in my nightmares now.
You are banned for... Oh my god, you're so banned.
What did I do?
We're just making the bonks.
We're just bonking.
We're bonking along at the speed of dong.
Moving on.
Would you believe that I didn't actually plan to say that? And that should... Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no planning for genius.
I'm sorry.
We're still in movie adaptation territory, and it's time to play the Super Nintendo Ocean game based on the Flintstones movie.
Yay.
This is where things get a little sketchy.
Okay.
That's a sound alike. That's not John Goodman.
Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yabba Dabba Doo.
Alright, I'll be right back, man.
Okay, see ya. Alex doesn't want to be in the room for this.
No, I'm sorry. I have to... No, I can't see this. Absolutely not.
Oh, the Flintstones for Super Nintendo. This game makes you wish for the days of Taito. Instead, it's the days of Ocean. Doink. Yabba Dabba Doo. Oh, God, I'm out of breath. Whew. Hang on, guys. I don't think he ever catches his breath in this game. Look at that parallax, though. If you've never seen this game or played this game, the thing you should know is that it's impossible. They made this game impossibly hard. Especially the later levels. I remember seeing a fellow Twitch streamer, McCall45, trying to play this game and not lose his mind. I don't think he succeeded on either front.
He's looking good!
Yeah, he's looking something. They got the Amiga gradient background. They got John Goodman out of breath constantly. And he fights these weird, like, Neanderthal cavemen.
Like in the other game!
I don't know where they came from. Like Joe and Mac or something? I think it would have been clever if he fought Joe and Mac at the end of this game.
Is Joe and Mac an Ocean game?
No, it's Data East, but
Okay.
it's cavemen.
Yeah, same thing, really.
Who's played this? What can you tell me about this game? Is there some hidden quality to it that I'm missing? I mean, it does have Fred Flintstone in his natural clambering action, but...
I do like watching our man clamber.
Oof, he's always... this poor guy. Why are we making this guy work so hard?
What is your life meter? Oh my god!
Yeah, you see that? That means Fred is about to die. I look like that too when I'm about to die.
Oh my god.
There's supposed to be platforms that come out here. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, Fred, you've died.
He died.
At least you can recreate the opening. Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yabba Dabba Doo.
He's tired by the time he gets to Dabba. Never mind Doo.
Krungo, I'm so sorry. Krungo's wife downloaded a bunch of ROMs to put on the SNES Classic, and she got a ROM of a Flintstones game that used the Sierra Bedrock box art, but it was this game. That's so sad.
I bet they were counting on that back then. That probably pushed a couple sales from kids who wanted the Taito game, but instead got this.
Poor kids.
To be clear, the Taito games are way better than this.
Way better.
This looks okay, but if you try to play it, you are in for a world of hurt. Anyone know if McCall actually finished this? He gave up on either this or Home Improvement, maybe both.
I would give up on Home Improvement.
I would too.
That's a game to give up on.
That game is not meant for human consumption.
Fuck that game. I wish they made a Frasier video game.
He collected his own head.
He needed that.
Oh, he doesn't do the thing when he ducks.
He protects his neck.
Fuck this. He's supposed to do the funny hanna-barbera thing. Okay, now we have platforms. This coming out in 1995 was also kind of galling, because like you could play this or the Sega Saturn or the PlayStation. The N64 is coming out a little bit after this. Oops. How do I deal with this man? I think I know how. Watch this.
Okay.
Fucking!
That's how you deal with them.
You just climb up and get hit in the face. Hell. You can't jump on things, is the thing. You gotta use your club, like some kind of caveman. Now, Fred, why didn't you clamber upon that platform? That is the thing you're good at. That's the one thing I've expected from you this entire stream, and yet they couldn't
clamber.
They couldn't even get that right. What a shame, what a shame. This game is known for one thing, though. Might as well show that off. If you're gonna mention the Flintstones for Super Nintendo in any context nowadays, it's probably because of the soundtrack. Yabba Dabba Doo! So let's sample some of that music.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's good.
I like making noise. So as we listen to this music, let's reflect on what we've seen so far. Alex, what are some of your favorite Flintstones games we've shown off over this stream?
I think it's the Time Warp is my favorite one so far. It's been really fun and stupid, and unlike a lot of the other games, it's not impossible to play. I also really like Treasure of Sierra Madrock.
That one was good. Taito seemed to have a good grasp on it. Like, the games aren't super exceptional. They're kind of generic in some ways, but when the competition is Yabba Dabba Doo for ZX Spectrum, they suddenly look like the greatest games of all time. Still an interesting mix, and from developers worldwide. Like, the best games we've seen so far from Japanese developers, and the worst games we've seen so far from European developers. What does it mean? What does it mean? How did Dino get in 50th place?
Well, Dino likes to play games.
Also, why does this high score list go up to 50th place?
Barney, Betty, Bam Bam, Pebbles. Man, Dino
Stuart, Jazz, what? Are there some European Flintstones I don't know about?
I'm seeing if Fred's on the list. Do you see Fred?
I don't see no Fred.
There's Fred. Above Barney.
There's Doug and Chuck.
Cliff.
They put all the actual Flintstones in the bottom 10. Get fucked, Flintstones.
Yeah, they suck.
Jazz is way better than you at this video game. Alright, good news. That's the last Flintstones movie game we're going to play. We're moving on to another era. And weirdly enough, Flintstones content kind of dried up after that. People, I think, after the movie kind of had enough of the Flintstones. And it would be a few more years before we'd see their next video game, which was for the original PlayStation. So Alex, why don't you plug in that other controller? Man, if only Super Nintendo Ocean Flintstones played as well as good as the soundtrack. Alright, you bought a new PlayStation, it's the year 2000, and you want a Flintstones game.
I do.
Your only option on the PS1 is the Flintstones Bedrock Bowling. Let's bowl. We've seen so far that Fred and Barney are big bowlers, so this makes sense. Why not adapt it into a bowling game? People like bowling games.
They do.
Who the hell is South Peak?
We've seen them before. And negatively.
Yeah, pejorative. Another company I've never heard of.
Okay, well, that's the end of the stream.
This is for the title screen. I didn't just pick some random screen grab to make this game look bad. This is what they put on the title screen. You guys. Oh no, I haven't seen this. Did they not license the Flintstones theme song?
Come on, Lulabelle. I gotta meet Bonnie for our bowling practice.
That's cursed. That's so cursed.
Like I've got nothing better to do.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna do the thing.
Oh boy, quitting time. Yabba Dabba Doo.
And where do you think you're going, Flintstone?
Well, I'm leaving for the day, Mr. Slate.
You'll do nothing of the kind. If your trench isn't dug by morning, you can leave permanently.
Yes, Mr. Slate. Right away, Mr. Slate. Oh, the blankest son of what a clandestine Benedict.
Thought Barney was gonna run him over. That's cursed too.
I don't like their fingernails at all. They look like elephant feet.
Why do they have huge fingernails?
This trench dug by morning, or else I'm fired.
Gee, that makes the third time this week, and it's only Tuesday.
That Barney sounds off. That sounds like Barney on cough syrup.
Sonny, whose side are you on?
Well, how are you gonna practice in
I don't like the way Barney's legs move. They move wrong.
Yeah, I know, Bon. I wish there was a way to get this trench dug and practice bowling at the same time.
Ooh, you
Oh,
wish,
God.
masters?
Gazoo!
The great Gazoo.
Why do they keep bringing him back?
Now, wait a minute, Gazoo. Don't do anything that's gonna get Mr. Slate sore at me.
Oh, relax.
Fred was pulling a Jimmy Stewart a second ago. Now, come on, Mr. Gazoo.
What's going on?
Whoa. Some kind of Crash Bandicoot level.
Gazoo, aren't the bowling pins supposed to be grouped together?
Oh, what sport is there in that? Scattering them about the lane is far more challenging, don't you think?
What'd you think this was, a bowling game?
But I don't see how our bowling balls can move around to hit them all.
Oh, dum-dum. I can fix that, too.
I'm sorry you have to recover from COVID and also look at the Great Gazoo.
This will not help. Look away.
Yeah.
Home planet Zetox. They're powered by hydroflux and graviton inductionary levitronic crystals sensitive to shifting fulcrum displacement. Understand?
Huh?
I think he means you jump in and go, Bon.
Oh.
Hey, if this works, I'll be inventing a whole new kind of bowling.
He's gonna put his hand in Barney's mouth.
Come on, let's try it out, Bon.
Well, it's about time.
Alright, it's time for Bedrock Bowling featuring the Flintstones. We have Fred. We have Barney. Pebbles, you can play as Pebbles. Bam Bam. Dino. I want to play as Dino.
Okay.
When else are we going to have the chance?
The gravel factory. Just what they need in Bedrock. More rocks.
Now, I remember when this game first came out, and it was being reviewed by EGM and Official PlayStation Magazine, and all of them had the exact same thing to say, while giving some of the lowest scores I've ever seen for a video game.
Wait,
They all said, it's not bowling! You come into this expecting a bowling game, that's not what you're gonna get, because it's this. There is no bowling mode, it's just whatever this bullshit is. You gotta hit all the pins, though. Shit. What do you think, Alex?
Gazoo, this isn't bowling! I have nothing to throw at Gazoo. I want to throw something at him. I'm pissed off.
It's more fun if you put the pins everywhere, dum-dum.
Oh, shut up. I forgot that he calls everyone dum-dum.
I remember the EGM reviews specifically, I think it was. One of the reviewers gave it like a 2 out of 10 and said, it's not bowling! God, why, God? It's not bowling! And I can imagine at least some people were probably fooled, right?
Mm-hmm.
You picked this game up called Bedrock Bowling, You expect, you know, a bowling game. Instead, you get a 3D platformer where you can't jump.
Good?
Except at designated points like that. Imagine if Crash Bandicoot couldn't jump or spin and was a dinosaur named Dino instead.
I'd like that.
Well, you might like this game. Maybe not the worst game we've played today, but certainly the most misleading.
Definitely.
The other games, you pretty much get what you expect, except maybe Yabba Dabba Doo, the Bedrock town building sim.
Yeah, that one's strange.
This? I don't know who this was for.
You missed one.
Damn it.
You're a bad bowler.
Do I have to go back and get it?
I hope
Please
not.
say I do. That'd be awesome.
This is so ugly, too.
It really is, especially for a year 2000 PS1 game. They were gearing up for the PS2 to come out.
Interesting. I flooded the quarry.
That's delightfully evil, Great Gazoo.
He's so evil. He's such a little, I don't know.
Can't wait to screw with some cavemen.
What's his problem?
I need to do this to feel better about myself.
It's like, Gazoo, what is your life like?
I bet all the other Martians hate him.
They probably do. That's why he had to go to the past.
Only primitive people don't know better enough to not interact with him. Barn!
It's fine.
This whole thing has led to my latest creation, a D&I list.
Okay.
First on the list, the freaking Great Gazoo. Do not interact, Barn. Do not interact.
Fred, you know, it might be easier to just block the guy.
He builds huge valleys and then floods them for his entertainment, Barn. Also, this game's not bowling.
This game's not...
It's not fucking bowling.
D&I Bedrock Bowling, you're not bowling!
We've now entered the realm of extremely strange Flintstones spin-offs. This is past the point of the Flintstones... Dino, you okay?
Don't worry about it.
This is past the point of the Flintstones' height of popularity, advertising push pops and vitamins and so on. And we're entering the year 2000 where even Cartoon Network isn't pushing them as hard as they used to. So people still pick up the license because they got the recognizability to them. And that resulted in a Game Boy Color game called The Flintstones, Burgertime and Bedrock. How did it come to this? I can kind of see how, but also I'm still confused. Oh,
What is this rendition?
The Amiga demo scene version of the Flintstones theme. There's something anime about this.
Stone me?
He's gonna stone me? That's pretty extreme. Oh, Fred! Jesus! This is cursed. This game is cursed.
Is it?
Look at that.
Okay, the arrangement is by Amiga scene legend Alistair Brimble.
I knew it. I knew it. It just has that bloopy sound to it. This is a Brimble if I've ever heard it.
Yabba Dabba Doo!
You know, usually during these franchise showcase streams, we see an obvious evolution of concepts, series taking on new directions, entering 3D for the first time after a lifetime of 2D platformers and so on. I can't really say that there's any sort of direction or story with the Flintstones. The games are just whatever, anything. It can just be...
This is just Burgertime!
It can even be an already existing game. It's just Burgertime. It's Burgertime with demo scene music. Fred Flintstone presents a Day Zero crack.
Greets to Wilma. Pebbles.
Fuckings to Barney. Fuck that guy.
Great Kazoo, Mr. Slate. Kazoo's trying to kill Fred because Kazoo is a little freak man, but not in a positive way.
He's an agent of chaos. And again, not in a good way. The animation's good. The opening animation especially was really good. But this game? I don't know what to make of this. It's just Burgertime.
Burgertime.
This really should be on the Amiga. My brain's not processing this as a Game Boy game just because of the music.
Yeah, it's very, very Amiga core.
What's that animation?
Look at that Fred! I love him!
Look at that full screen Fred. Beautiful. Oh, the music has gotten maximally bloopy now.
Bloop.
You think they composed this music like underwater?
Yes.
Alistair Brimble suspended in a tank full of goo while he composes this. These games have broken my brain, Alex. I usually, like I said, I like to draw through lines in history between games because you can make obvious observations about where a series went and why they did so. But here I am playing Burgertime and Bedrock.
Yeah, it's like
with
a song
Amiga
backwards.
with Amiga demo scene music. Holy shit, Dino's here! Arg!
Dino got your ass.
Little upset Fred.
I like that little upset Fred.
Arg, he says.
That's not Dino, chat says. That's just another dino.
It's just some random dino? Okay, let's hit him on the head. Bam. Take that.
So mean.
I mean, it's Burgertime, and this is a pretty okay version of it. I don't know why the Flintstones need to be involved, but when have the Flintstones ever needed to be involved?
I would hate if Flintstones walked all over my burger like that.
Yeah, especially Fred, because
Yeah, no shoe Fred.
Is that his rock persona?
It is. It was his rock persona.
It was, as featured in the pre-show. Everyone do the Bedrock Twitch. Shit.
He got eaten.
Flintstones.
Oh, I love that sassy Fred.
Burgertime and Bedrock. That is a good drawing of Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
Here's the question. Will the game let me enter the name Ass? It's late enough where they may be planning for this kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There we go. Number one Ass. And believe it or not, we're kind of approaching the end of our Flintstones series marathon. Like I said, the series was all over the place with scattershot releases for all sorts of systems. So why don't we play the final American game in tonight's program? Let us play the Flintstones Big Trouble in Bedrock for Game Boy Advance.
Ooh.
We covered this on Mascot Friday a while back when we were covering launch era GBA games, because this game came out in the first few months of the GBA's release. You bought this thing new, you could see this Flintstones game on the store shelves and be like, Flintstones, eh?
I like those Flintstones. I bet this will be alright.
I remember those Taito games. Why don't we play Flintstones Big Trouble in Bedrock? What could possibly go wrong? Conspiracy Entertainment. That's what could go wrong.
It's normal, right?
Well...
Hey, why is that just a digitized graphic from the show?
This game took a lot of shortcuts. I don't think they put much time or effort into making this. Just call it a hunch. Just a little bit of a hunch.
Wow. Yabba Dabba Doo.
The screen's gonna be 2 inches wide. No one's gonna fucking see this. Come on, just crunch it as much as possible.
It's so crispy.
He looks drunk.
It's crunchy. It's so deep fried.
And to date, this is the final American released Flintstones game for a major console or portable. So keep that in mind as you see what you're about to see.
Wait. What?
It's Dr. Sinister. Alex, look at this extremely generic Game Boy Advance video game.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm pretty sure they made a template where you could just make these. You could just type in the name of a franchise and a computer would make it.
Yeah, this is like, that reminds me of the Elf game, reminds me of a lot of those games from that era.
Because by this point, the Game Boy Color had pretty much used every possible conceivable license to make games, and people were just used to the idea of taking any license and making portable games based on it.
Dr. Sinister is real?
He is?
He is in the 8th episode of the 5th season.
Wow.
Wow, I love him. He has a fruity looking crocodile pet. Okay, I gotta stop looking at Dr. Sinister. He's cool.
Anyone remember where we ranked this? I'm pretty sure it was below Bubsy. In fact, I'm almost positive.
No, this was definitely below Bubsy.
Even Fred has a really generic yell when he gets hit. Feels like it's from a sound library. Oh, I'm out of attacks. He still does the thing, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
It's really half-assed, though.
I wouldn't call this the Game Boy Advance Astro Boy, the Flintstones games, because that game was good.
That Astro Boy game was amazing. I guess this kind of has to be the equivalent because it's the only Flintstones game for GBA. So we end our look at the Flintstones US-made games, not with a bang, but with a whimper. Boy, what a whimper it is. No love.
No love?
Where's the love? Where's the classic animation that we've come to know from Hanna-Barbera? You know, maybe this is appropriate. Hanna-Barbera known for its cheapness and shortcuts made when making animation. Maybe this is the video game equivalent. Maybe this is an artistic statement.
I don't think that's fair, though, because, you know, for as cheap as Hanna-Barbera was, it looked good.
Yeah, especially for the
thing.
time.
Yeah.
This, though? I saw some better-looking GBA games at launch, I tell you what.
You don't like Fred's weird little jump and his O-face? He's like, whoa!
He doesn't need to constantly make the O-face.
Yeah, it's bad.
the toothy face, that one I liked.
Woo!
I don't think I'm going to get much more out of this. What you see is what you get here. There are no hidden qualities to this. This is a platformer for GBA. If you like this, good news. There's 1,000 games exactly like it. But this one is about the Flintstones, so play this one instead.
Okay.
Well, Alex, I have good news. We've gone all over the place. Portables, consoles, pinball machines, microcomputers. And good news, the Flintstones are coming home. Because our final 2 games were exclusively released in Europe. So from whence it came with Yabba Dabba Doo and 1987's The Flintstones for European microcomputers, what do you suppose is the early 2000s equivalent of the cheapo microcomputer game? That's right, the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
So Alex, let us play the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, and may God have mercy on our souls. Oh, my controls work. Blessed day.
Oh, good.
We don't have to rebind controls in midstream. I'm so lucky. We can just get in and play this and enjoy it. So, Viva Rock Vegas was the second Flintstones film. It was a prequel that told the story of how Fred met Wilma. And notably, it featured none of the original cast from the first movie.
Nope.
It was basically a direct-to-video sequel, except it actually was released in theaters, I think. I want to know the story behind this. Like, did they plan for this, or did just everyone refuse to come back, or was John Goodman too expensive?
I would assume he would be too expensive at the time. It was Amblin who worked on it, okay.
And it's copyright Idea Factory, which is very funny because they produced part of this game for what they planned to be a Japanese release, and then they ultimately decided, no, we're not going to release this in Japan. But the Idea Factory credit remains.
That's funny.
Yeah, the Neptunia people making this thing. Oh, Alex, I'm so sorry you have to see this.
It's okay. What was? Fine.
This is not how I wanted to end the Flintstones story. But this is just how it ends. We can't just make up a new ending, pretend like they had a happy ending.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It looks like he's
he
in
was
pain.
Stephen Baldwin. That's the only guy I know from the movie.
Who's stepping on his toe? He's in pain.
He's like, ah!
She looks alright, I guess.
Gotta be Fred.
Gotta be Fred.
Beat them for good.
What did he say?
It sounded threatening is what it sounded like.
I'll kill you. Fred Flintstone's favorite catchphrase. You all ready for this? The loading screen is the best part of this game. I actually like this loading screen.
I like the rock cup.
Yeah, the little rock on top of as the lid on the cup.
That's pretty cool, actually. Are you fucking with me?
I'm in the need for speed.
Is that Fred?
Ouch, there's gonna be a payback.
What?
I'm in the need for speed.
I'm in the need for speed?
Has Sass played this? It seems like a Sass game.
I think Sass made this.
This is total Sass.
Hey, watch out.
Watch out, I am Fred Flintstone.
Here comes Barney.
What's wrong with you?
You did that on purpose.
Fred!
What's wrong with you?
Fred, can you try? Put any kind of
Fred?
emote.
Fred!
Very funny.
I'm stuck. I can't turn around. I can't.
Egg.
Hey, watch where you're going.
There we go.
Very funny. Very
Daytona, USA. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a better joke than anything.
That
in
is
this game.
better than anything in this game. My God.
This game is awful.
This is really bad.
This is some rancid gaming.
You slipped on an egg.
This was supposed to come out for the GameCube and Dreamcast, believe it or not, but those versions got canceled.
Oh, I wonder why.
And the Japanese version by Idea Factory was also canceled.
The Idea Factory was like, no.
Yeah, Idea Factory was like, this does not live up to our standards.
You did that on purpose.
Hey, Dot!
What's wrong with you?
Ouch!
Ow.
That's smarts.
Dot!
I'm Fred Flintstone.
You're Fred Flintstone. I am driving the car. Fred must drive the car.
You know, I wish Fred was still painting that wall. Not gonna lie.
What's wrong with you?
So we went from Fred doing mundane tasks to him being...
To him doing something that should be exciting, and yet...
Funny.
Well, I think what's interesting is that he went from doing mundane tasks to being a video game character. Because this is a real video game thing, being in a kart racer, you know?
True.
Same thing with, like, the pinball, you know, everything else. It's like Fred's evolution was from, like, boring, mundane life gamer to, like, action gamer, you know what I mean?
Hey, watch out.
His game slowly got more and more action-packed until he's literally racing
He disappeared.
Watch where you're going.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe Fred wasn't meant to evolve. Maybe man wasn't meant to evolve.
I wish we were still living in a cave, eating...
Hey,
Painting the wall.
Yeah.
ouch.
I don't want to work at the slate
This
factory.
plays like such crap.
Ouch.
It has a drift button, but that sends you careening out of control.
Fred must clip through the wall.
Lady.
We've gone from painting the wall to clipping through it. Whoa, first place? Let's go.
Ouch. Hey, Watch where you're going.
Hey, watch where you're going. I'm Fred Flintstone.
I won.
You won, Danny.
I won the race. But I feel nothing. I only feel a deep emptiness.
Ouch.
Ouch is what I would say about that. Really wish we could have seen that Dreamcast version, you know? No, don't restart the race.
No, God.
Please. Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas. Which is worse, the game or the movie? You decide. We got one more game. This was 2001. The Game Boy Advance game, also 2001. Burgertime and Bedrock, 2000. Bedrock Bowling, 2000. We do a time skip here. We skip forward several years for another publisher, the last one to date, to make a Flintstones game for consoles. That publisher is Blast Entertainment. Let's play the Flintstones Bedrock Racing, released in 2007. The final Flintstones game.
This'll be good. Oh.
We've played this before. When I put it in PCSX2, it said last played 1 year ago. And I was like, oh my god, we did play this a year ago.
That's so sad. Oh. Oof. Oof. Oh. Ooh, ow. Ooh, ow.
It's the final Flintstone. Doink.
Wow, they've gone from mundane, like, existential wear to shovelware.
Existential wear.
Oh, come on. That ZX Spectrum game was total existential wear.
Kinda, yeah. Well, they got the theme song at least. So let's get DMCA'd over that.
Okay.
Shit already out here looking like the Mr. Bean cartoon. We got Fred. We have Barney.
The characters look better than in the last one.
Yeah, it's hard to look worse than that last game, though.
No Pebbles, no Bam Bam, no Dino.
Oh, Dino's
no Kazoo.
locked. The Great Kazoo is in here. Who should we be?
Fred, of course.
Let's finish up with that extremely good and not uncanny looking Fred Flintstone. This is how it ends. We're back to budget releases from European developers who don't give a fuck. There's something beautiful about that, you know? It's almost like time flows like a river and history repeats.
The cyclical nature of the Flintstones.
Except we're not really getting anything out of it except for more shitty games. This is it. Good. Good. Yeah, like Alex said, this looks way better than Viva Rock Vegas, but also, when a Blast Entertainment game looks way better than the last game in the series, you know it's time to hang it up. And I guess that's why there haven't been more Flintstones games since then.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a mobile game is the thing. Like,
Well, there's mobile games, but those don't count.
Okay. Like, this just seems like a cash-in game, you know what I mean? Like, where you have to roll for Freds.
Yeah, nowadays they just make the Flintstones Bedrock Builder or whatever.
Yeah, it's just where you build your city and you...
Which I guess is like Yabba Dabba Doo for ZX Spectrum. Oh my god. Everything is cyclical. Gazoo, you fuck. So what have we learned here tonight? Chat,
Fuck Gazoo is what we learned.
if you've learned anything from tonight's stream, please present it in the chat. Because I'm kind of struggling. This whole thing has led us nowhere. Usually there's, like I said, a direct evolution between games in the series. Instead, things de-evolved. We went back to the caveman days.
So you know how everybody's racing with their feet here, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that the equivalent of NOS in the times of the Flintstones was just like huffing some crazy ass inhalant and then just going real fast with your feet?
I thought you were gonna say like Dr. Scholl's footwear or something.
Oh, that's even better. No, I was just thinking of Fred just huffing space gas.
You just wanted Fred to huff
Flintstone
nitrous.
gas. Yeah. Huffing nitrous to go fast.
There's worse games. There's also better games. The Taito games were okay. If only we knew back then that those were the best we were ever gonna get. That whole Philips CDI and Taito era. That was the best the Flintstones ever were on consoles.
Why is Gazoo such a little...
He's a prick. I'm not afraid to say it.
He's a jackass.
I don't care. Alter our reality however much you want. You're still a prick.
Ugh, you'd think I would like a guy with a voice like that, right? You'd think I would be completely enamored with that flaming little guy, but no.
No, he's a dickweed.
He's a dick. He calls Fred a dum-dum all the time. Fred, Barney, Wilma, and Betty are not dumb. They are just cave people.
He's a jester-like
Cave
entity. What do you have to say about that, Alex?
Well, it's right. It's true. And I think it's just jealousy is what I feel. I see him, and I see that he's getting to live the life I want to live, harassing cavemen in a really fruity voice.
You just want to be omnipotent, fucking with cavemen all day.
God, who doesn't?
That's true. Maybe we're all the Great Gazoo deep down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrifying thought. I'm going to finish this race and then never think about the Flintstones
Yabba
again.
Dabba Doo, I'm the Great Gazoo. That's not worth the laugh you gave me, but I appreciate
No,
it.
that's a good capstone for the stream, I think. I was honestly expecting at least one really good game. Instead, we got a bunch of pretty good ones, and most of them were kind of bad. And one of them was one of the worst games I've ever played, so way to go, Flintstones.
Thank you, Seraphis came for the 100 bits. Flintstones gotcha game where you can spend $200 trying to pull an SSR 6-star summer bikini Fred. I would love that. I know that's what's happening.
Take that, Gazoo, you fuck!
You killed the Gazoo's ass.
Maybe one day the world will be ready for another Flintstones console game. That day has not been any day in the last 15 years, though. And I think we're going to be waiting an awful long time before we see more Flintstones on consoles. Is it for the best? Judging by what we've played, yes, it is for the best. Flintstones, get your shit together.
Flintstones, what the hell?
Don't license yourself out to Blast Entertainment or Conspiracy Entertainment. You're worth more than this.
Give
Fred,
yourself some tie-dye.
Fred, you are worth more. Even this version of Fred, you deserve the life you want to live. Well, maybe not. Maybe not this Fred.
Yabba Dabba Doo, I like streaming with you.
We're done. That's it. That is all 20-odd games based on the Flintstones for consoles, portables, home computers, and at least one pinball machine. Now we know more about how the Flintstones were represented on consoles back then. The short story, they peaked real early. Those Taito games were okay, and then, my God. We're done.
We're done.
That's it. I had a gay old time. Hopefully you did too.
A very gay old time.
That was fun exploring this history. I really thought it was going somewhere when I was playing some of those Taito games. Like, yeah, this is just going to get better and better. And then, well, that's just a story, you know? Not all stories have a happy ending. Some stories just have an ending. So does this stream. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Special thanks to our patrons for voting to see this week's theme. It's because of our patrons that we showed off every single Flintstones game and not every single Simpsons game. Things could have been really different. We could have probably suffered just as much, but what you picked was the Flintstones, and I'm glad you did. So thanks, everyone, for voting for that.
Thank you.
We'll have another poll up this Friday, so tune in to patreon.com/retropals. If you're at the $5 tier, we have a new poll up on Friday, so please look forward to it. I'm cooking some stuff for it. I got some plans. You'll see.
Danny's making the stew.
Yeah, I'm making a gamer stew. All right, Alex, wrap us up. I'm going to look for a raid target.
We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post full length highlights of our streams there. Our latest one is a look at the Atari 800. A lot of interesting games in that one. So do check that out if you'd like to see some Atari 8-bit computer action. It's a good one. We also have a Discord. Let me just drop that link in the chat. You can join us there to chat about games, chat about our streams, chat about your cats, of course. A lot of good cats, dogs, creatures lately. Thank you very much for them. I love them all.
Yeah, real good dogs and cats, everybody. Great work.
We also have a co-host, cohost.org/retropals, and a Blue Sky. Let me just drop those links in the chat. You can join us there to find out when we go live, when we got new videos up on YouTube, and all the RetroPals news you can use.
Who should we raid? I got a few options here. I think I want to go with Obscuratory, who is playing a game called Albion, a 1995 PC game that he describes as not Avatar.
Okay.
That could go in any number of directions, but Obscuratory tends to feature the weird stuff we all know and love. Or rather, the stuff we don't know and love. I love it, but I don't know it until I see it on this channel. Enjoy that. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.